Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you are watching this, it's because maybe you are in your 30s or in your 40s and you are thinking to go back to school at this age. If you are having doubts or anything like that, I'm gonna tell you my experience and I'm gonna explain also why it was one of the best things I have done for myself. Here I'm gonna give you some tips to help you navigate that time with success. So why I decided to go to grad school after 40? So let's talk about why I decided to pursue grad school at that point of my life. I already did that and graduated. You might be thinking, at this point of my life, I have a lot of responsibilities. I have career, family, other commitments. Why should I go back to school? I totally get that, but for me, it was something that came down to one thing. For me, it was about personal growth. So I was working in my field for about 15 years at that time when I was 40. And by that time, I realized I wanted more. I wanted to explore deep the field I was working in. In my case, I'm a biologist. And by that time, I was done with my bachelor's and I had also graduated from a master's, and I was leading some projects and all of that. But then my company wanted to go one way and towards manufacturing and production and making this out of these research products, and I wanted to keep researching more. So the easiest option for me was to go to grad school and pursue my PhD. So yes, when maybe your career goals do not align with the institution you are working anymore, or maybe if it still both align and they want to support you on that step, then you should do it. For me, it was also a time to develop new skills, to know more people, and to even open up to new career possibilities and some step forwards in my biology career. So now that I'm done with all of that, I can tell you that it was not easy. It was harder than I thought, but it was totally worth it. That I can say. And if you are on the fence, I hope my experience can inspire you and you can take the leap. So when I went back to grad school, one of my first concerns was like, I haven't been in the school for around 18 to 20 years at that point, because I graduated with 22 years old and I went back to grad school with 40 years old. So it's gonna be different. Would I be out of place? What the other students are gonna say about me? Would I feel too old? So the truth is that it was a completely different experience, but it was at the end in a good way. And even though when at the beginning I was challenged with some of all of these problems, at the end it totally worth it. And being a mature student was an advantage over the other students that were way younger. So to start, in the very first place, I had more experience in life. I also knew how to manage better my time, because at that point I also was a mother, and by that time I have managed to bring together personal life, children, personal interest, hobbies, and a career. So to start, I came in with more life experience than when I was doing my bachelor's. I didn't have the same pressures or insecurities that I did when I was in my 20s. I knew who I was and what I wanted and what was my purpose of being there. Nobody was putting pressure on me, only myself. And I had a sense of purpose that I didn't have before when I was doing my undergrads. So I wasn't trying to figure out my life anymore. I was living my life, the one I choose for myself. So there are four main things that benefit about going back to school after 40, or you can say after 30, 35, pretty much the same. First, life experience is an asset. As an all students, you have double the experience than the other students, and you are way better prepared to do everything that is required to succeed. So my professors and other classmates value a lot all my different points of view and the new knowledge and other experiences that I could bring to the table. It was a little bit hard sometimes because, let's say, I was taking a basic first year student undergrad course, and sometimes the professor, when she would ask a question and nobody answered, she would look at me waiting for me to answer, and I was there the same the other students were to learn. So sometimes professors have expectations that you cannot fulfill, but I was okay with no having an answer because now I knew why I was sitting there. I was sitting there to learn, and it doesn't matter that I was double the age of other students. I was there to learn too. So I had to have a talk with my professor about that, and at the end she understood. So the second benefit is more focused goals. When I was younger, I not always knew what I wanted, but now at this later stage of my life, I was pretty sure why I was there, and I knew exactly what I wanted, and that helped me to navigate all the years of at school better. Number three, improved time management. After 40, life can get really busy. But at that time of your life, you more likely has developed these skills, and now you know better how to take care of family, work, studies, and also your personal interest. So you come to school with better management skills, and that will help you succeed. And number four, networking opportunities. In grad school, you also meet other people from different fields. They open new horizons to your career. It's also a good time to know professors and other students that after grad school can serve as or can give you letters of reference and be a good resource to get a better job. And not only to get a better job, also some people I met there become important connections for my future career. So what are the challenges associated to go to grad school after 30 or 40 years old? In the first place, you have to balance responsibilities. Yes, your time management skills are better, but you also have a family, have work, have other things to do. And then you have to be able to accomplish with everything that is expected from you, including your own expectations. So the biggest challenge was balancing my academic work, my family, and my work. There were times where I felt overwhelmed with deadlines, projects, courses, exams, personal responsibilities, but planning and having a good support systems was the key to finish on time. Second, adjusting to new technology. When I did my undergrads, computers were not as developed as they are now. Thinking about getting an online class was something nobody ever thought about that time. So there's a lot of challenge. You have to learn how to work with the online platform of your school. There were other softwares and devices I had to learn how to use. There were also some apps that professors now use in the class to engage the whole group that I don't even had idea that they existed. Things like that you have to adjust, but more likely if you have reached this stage of your life and you have a phone and you know how to deal with apps and computer, you can adjust pretty quick to whatever technological challenge you may have. Also, there was a good support at the university. By the way, I went to the University of British Columbia about seminars and things like that to give you all the knowledge you need to adjust to the new learning environment. And the third challenge was the imposter syndrome. I didn't even know that something like that existed until I attended a seminar about that. Yeah, sometimes I felt like I didn't belong there, that I was too old, that maybe I was better changing careers or something like that, or pursuing other pathways rather than being in the school at that stage of my life. But I learned really quickly that that feeling that I was having, like, it was not only myself. Regardless your age, a lot of people think, oh, I'm not good enough or this or that, but that's not true. You have to remind yourself that you are there because you earned your place and that you are going to graduate. So here are my tips, my 4 tips to help you succeed, start, go through it, and graduate. First of all, and foremost, you have to know your why. Why are you going to grad school? Have that clear in mind. Have your purpose. I remember the first day of grad school, I met a grad advisor, a professor that he was at that time like 80 years old or so, but he told me something I always remember. He told me, remember why you're here. Remember you're here because you're passionate about the subject, that you want to go deep and study more. Remember you are following your passion, because time will come when you will feel discouraged and you will feel that you are not advancing and maybe you will want to quit. But then you will remember that you are doing this because you are following your passion, and that will make you hang to your dream. And trusting your passion will make you stay till the end. And remember, this is not also speed career. This is resistance. So you just focus on your goal and follow your passion, and it will drive you to the end. Second, don't be afraid to ask for help. Whether you are struggling with a subject, with the experiment, with the software, with the course, whatever you need, there are professors, there are advisors, there are even fellow students that are happy to help. And you also can offer to help in the fields where you are comfortable. So it's kind of a network that in which you will not be alone, so you can offer your help, and you also can receive help from others. Number 3, set realistic expectations. Let's say you are planning to do a master and graduate in 2 years from now, but maybe things don't go like you expected, and you need to take one term more to do a course you didn't have time to do, or your research is gonna take longer because the results are not what you expected and you have to repeat an experiment or something like that. So don't be hard to yourself. Life happens, and sometimes a lot of unexpected things happen, and if you have to extend your stay or even take a leave or take a break, that's okay. You don't have to do everything in one time. So be kind to yourself and allow also time to yourself and to take things as they come. And number 4, build a support system, whether it is your kids, your children, your wife, your partner, your friends, your professors, your supervisor. Try to have people there with you that will make a team with you and will encourage you to go on when things get bad, and also that will be there to celebrate your victories and your achievement. Having a support system is a key to succeed in grad school as an old student. So is it worth it? Absolutely. For me, it was a great experience. I went to the University of British Columbia and I started my PhD with 40 years old, and I graduated with 45. I graduated in 2020 when COVID time, so I couldn't have a proper graduation ceremony, but the university did the ceremony 2 years later, so in 2022 I graduated as it should. It was a very emotional moment and my family was there with me and we all celebrated that achievement. So this was everything for today. If you are thinking to go into grad school, go for it. It is worth it. By now, bye bye and stay gorgeous.